Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Virginia Tech versus Miami college football matchup on Saturday, October 15th, 2022. Of course, it's my favorite day of the week during my favorite time of the year. It's College Football Saturday. Here on YouTube, I do tons of free pick videos, so be sure to subscribe to our channel. I do free picks every day, sportschatplace.com, pickdawgz.com, right here on YouTube, as well as across social media and our live shows. And when you give out that many free picks, you're bound to like some games more than others. And to find out which games those are, as well as to get best bets from some of the top handicappers in the world today, head on over to our website, pickdawgz.com, click on the Premium Picks tab. And while you're there, be sure to use the discount code 15 off. You'll get 15% off all of your purchases at sportschatplace.com and pickdawgz.com. But let's get to this one. We've got Virginia Tech hosting Miami, and both these teams come into this one with losing records, and I think both these teams feeling that they should be in a better position than what they are in now. Miami has lost 3 straight games. After that heartbreaker at Texas A&M, they lose at home to Middle Tennessee in one of the biggest upsets of the season as a 25.5-point favorite. Then they're 4-point favorites at home against North Carolina. Lose that game as well in a game that they were driving late in the game, and it was Tyler Van Dyke throwing an interception nowhere near a Miami player. Just didn't even make a lot of sense. Virginia Tech has also lost 3 in a row, losing that one against West Virginia where they were absolutely clobbered on primetime on national television, and then also losing to Carolina 41-10 though, and then losing at Pitt 45-29. Boy, those days of the great Virginia Tech defenses seem to be gone at this point. And Miami, while they had a lot of positive going on earlier this season, that seems to have abandoned, and with Mario Cristobal running the show, I believe the future is bright at Miami, but the present and the building process might not be as pretty as many had hoped. When we look at some of the numbers here for this one, the Virginia Tech defense still has the numbers here. 36th ranked in yards allowed, 67th in points allowed. But a lot of those points have come because their offense really has sputtered, giving their opposition really good field position to start with. And I think that's a lot of the problem here. When you give up a lot of points and not a lot of yards, generally that tells the whole story. For Miami, a team where the numbers really don't tell the story. Miami's been ineffective rushing the football, passing the football, ranked 14th in the nation, but man, they have not looked like anything like that. In fact, a lot of the reason why they're 14th ranked in passing is they've been playing from behind just about every single game this season. When we look at the Canes defense, 105th against the pass, 262.6 yards against the pass per game this season, 21st against the rush, and 43rd in points allowed. Really not horrible, but boy, that turnover margin has not been pretty for the Canes, and has been a big part of the story here. There's good news for Miami fans, and I'm going to throw in a little tidbit here because most people out there already know this. I am a Miami fan. I grew up in the stands of the Orange Bowl watching college football games. That's why it's my favorite day of the week during my favorite time of the year, and that's why I love college football so much, and I love really my whole love of sports branches off from that. But the thing is that there was a Miami team with a new head coach many years ago that also struggled against the pass. It was the Miami Hurricanes that lost in that Doug Flutie game. That Flutie game was one thing where they gave up a ton of points in that game, but they actually blew a 39-point lead or better against Maryland that year. In one of those Final Four games, they gave up 40-something points in their bowl game against UCLA. They gave up, 40-something in the other game. In the last 4 games of the season, they gave up in the high 40s of every single game. The next year, they played for the national championship as Jimmy Johnson installed the shutdown defense, and they played for national championships every single year for the next decade. So certainly one bad year, with a new coach doesn't necessarily paint the entire picture, just shows the areas where they need to improve the most, and I think that already has been highlighted for Miami this year. When we look at the Canes, 0-4 against the number in their last 4 games overall, but 5-2 against the number in their last 7 on the road. When we look at Virginia Tech, 0-4 against the number in their last 4 games, 2-7 against the number at home. The favorite has covered in 6 of the last 8 meetings. Miami's covered 4 of their last 5 at Virginia Tech. The thing is that I think Miami can outscore Virginia Tech, but I don't know. I have very little faith in my Canes. I think Miami wins this game. I think Virginia Tech covers, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks today, putting your bets in, be sure to use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. Our betting tools are 100% free, and the way they work, they show you just how often all the bets on the board today actually hit. Then they show you today's odds, and from there, you can assess the risk reward, putting yourself on the bets that come in the most and pay the most. And that's how you make money betting on sports.